Fala, galera! Parece que a mídia dos Estados Unidos conhece mais os times brasileiros do que muita gente por aqui, e eles projetaram os resultados da fase de grupos do Super Mundial de clubes. Vamos assistir?
32 teams from 6 different federations will be featuring. There are 12 venues in 11 host cities across the United States, and it will be played from June 14th through July 13th, with the final set to take place in New Jersey. And we love to give our predictions on this show. We've been doing that all week long, so why do anything different for the Club World Cup? And we're going to do predictions by group, starting out with Group A, which features Palmeiras, Porto, Al Ahly, and Inter Miami FC. Okay, so Nige, you're going to kick us off with your Group A predictions. What do you think is going to happen?
Why are you angry? Smile a little bit. It's the Club World Cup.
I've gone with Palmeiras to win the group. Abel Ferreira is a fantastic manager, young Portuguese manager, 46 years old. He has been a revelation since going over there, and he's changed them to be a more European style of play. Very disciplined, very defensively minded, but he does have the right spice of players and individual brilliance. I've gone for them to win the group ahead of Al Ahly, who are the African champions.
Al Ahly?
Al Ahly, yes.
Your team.
Al Ahly. the Egyptian champion, the most decorated team in the continent of Africa. They are the Real Madrid of Africa. So I've gone for them to go runners-up.
I think they're the most decorated club in the world.
Hold on. Are you this sounds like Nico's notes. That sounds like what you would say.
I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Nige knows African football. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Anyway, yes, I've gone for Palmeiras to win the group and Al Ahly to be runners-up.
Wow, Porto out, huh?
Very serious. I've gone for Porto. I wasn't impressed with Porto. We covered them in the Europa League.
They've been a disaster.
They're in a massive rebuild situation right now, Porto. I think, and you look at the Club World Cup in general, Nico noted this as well, South American teams take this competition very serious. They're the ones who are going to really want to be into it, and Palmeiras will be taking this competition very serious. And Brazilian teams have made 3 out of the last 5 finals.
So you have Miami finishing 3rd then? Is that how you see it?
I just had to pick the winner and the runners-up.
Okay.
I would. Miami has a good chance of finishing last in that group.
People underestimate the competition, the
last.
competitiveness of this other the world game.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on to Group B, which is considered by many to be the group of death in the upcoming Club World Cup. It features Paris Saint-Germain, fresh off of that Champions League trophy. You've also got Atletico Madrid, Botafogo, and the Seattle Sounders.
Yeah, I want to be the guy that's going to say that Botafogo is going to go through, fly that South American flag, but I think PSG and Atletico Madrid in that order have too much quality for these two teams. Although Botafogo obviously has been very strong, not only domestically, they won the league last season, plus the Copa Libertadores. They were so close to doing the same the year before in the Brazilian Serie A. But even though that they have you pick out a couple of players that are actually quality players over PSG and Atletico Madrid, I don't think this is the group that you're going to get that South American dark horse, although I like Botafogo.
As it stands there on the graphic, Ali, Chelsea to win the group, Flamengo to finish 2nd. That's it from. I don't think there's really any too much competition in there. I think what people have to understand as well with this Club World Cup, the revamp, and it's new for us, the prize money plays a big part, especially in European clubs and especially for clubs in England are taking it very seriously because of the PSR and the financial restrictions. So I know it's a competition Chelsea are taking seriously. All the English teams have tried to do new signings in order to be participating in this Club World Cup. Flamengo, a Brazilian powerhouse, 2 of the greatest players to come from there I can think to mind is Zico and the great striker of Romario. For people who don't know them, fantastic club, produce a lot of talent, and they'll be taking it very seriously too.
I do wonder how the protests between MLS and the Players Association are going to affect the teams going into this, because there hasn't been a resolution yet, has there? Or at least one that we're aware of. We need to get Tom Bogert back on and see. But yeah, that's going to be an interesting storyline to watch. All right, Fluminense, Borussia Dortmund.
Lucas Ocampos.
Oh.
Yeah, Lucas Ocampos.
The show couldn't
Okay, sorry.
that information.
He's only won a couple Europa League titles.
And then Mamelodi Sundowns FC. What do you think?
Well, may not come as a shock, but Dortmund are going to win. I think Dortmund are going to win handedly in this group. The fact that they add Joe Bellingham, when Serhou Guirassy is on any football pitch, you automatically get a better chance to win. And talking to people in the club, they are taking this, like you said with the English clubs, they're taking this very, very seriously. They were taking it seriously before the prize money came out. And this is the full reboot, which happened under Niko Kovac. They're going to extend that into the Club World Cup. The little wrinkle I'm going to throw in is Fluminense is not the same Flu that beat Boca in the Copa Libertadores.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
right?
they have a new manager. They just hired Renato Gaúcho, who has experience in South American football and international football. He took Grêmio to a Copa Libertadores final. Yeah. They got Jefferson Soteldo, I believe, right? Yeah.
So
they're putting together a nice little squad in.
They're putting something together, but I'm going Mamelodi Sundowns.
Wow.
To come in second place. Wow. A Mamelodi Sundowns that's going to be. Wow. You talk about the influence of money and the motivation of money. So to give you an idea of how significant this money could be, for them to just participate, it's $9.5 million.
Yeah.
Their revenue, total revenue overall, that's almost a quarter of their revenue, wow. Just in being at the Club World Cup. And looking in what the players are saying and what the managers are saying, getting to that round of 16, that's like reaching the final for them. So how the schedule is set up, they will play Flu the very last group stage match. Ooh. And that is going to be a final. The pressure is going to be on Flu and Mamelodi Sundowns. When it happens, they will get second place.
They're no stranger to an upset. They beat Al Ahly in the Champions League, right?
They lost
season.
In the final, very recently to Pyramids. That is my upset of the tournament.
Would you have done that? Would you have picked that?
If I would have had to study this group, I don't know.
Would you have gone with Flu?
But the eye test, I don't know. I would have had to do a little bit more studying. I would have liked to have said no. Mamelodi Sundowns is a great shout.
Yeah, there's some really good players that play on the South African national team.
The goalkeeper, right? The goalkeeper that had an amazing AFCON for South Africa. Does he not play for Mamelodi Sundowns? I believe he does.
E você, o que acha? Deixe a sua opinião nos comentários e até o próximo vídeo.